Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andriy and I've been traveling the world since 2021 with a preference for slow travel. On this channel I share my experiences and insights into what it's like to live in different places. So if you're interested in learning about various destinations and how to immerse yourself in the local culture, be sure to subscribe. Today I'm excited to share my experiences and give you my honest opinion about Phu Quoc, Vietnam. I spent a whole month on this island paradise, and while it's undeniably beautiful, it's also a place of contrast. Join me as I take you through the good, the bad and the things you definitely need to know before you plan your trip. Let's start with the beaches. First up, Starfish Beach. As the name suggests, it's famous for its abundance of starfish. It's a really unique sight, but it was also quite disappointing to see so many tourists mishandling these creatures, taking them out of water for photos. Please, if you visit, be respectful of the wildlife. The area around Starfish Beach also has a water village, and as you can assume, there is a lot of waste in the water, which was really sad to see, so I would recommend swimming there. Now South Beach. Wow, this beach is stunning. White sand, crystal clear water, it's picture perfect. However, I was shocked by the sheer amount of trash. I've honestly never seen so much garbage in one place. It's such a shame to see all of this over the natural beauty of this place. I also checked out the beach near the river and the port. The water quality here wasn't the best, as you can understand. The beaches along the city, stretching towards the airport, around the Bison Tran area, were a mixed bag. Some parts were quite crowded, and the beach can get a bit narrow in places. But they do offer some absolutely beautiful sunsets, and if you are into plane spotting, you can get some great views here. Finally, let's talk about on-the-length beaches. There are two here, and they are very different. This is the private one. As you can see, there is a vast river running through it, and it tends to get quite crowded. You might also have to pay to access it. But this is a public on-land beach, and it was my absolute favorite place on the entire island. It's huge. The beach is so spacious, it is several kilometers long, and most of the time we had most of the beach just to ourselves. We even saw a ton of fish while swimming here, which was such a fun experience. If you're looking for the best beach on Phu Quoc, in my opinion, this is it. About accommodation. I saw this fake Venice city, it looks pretty interesting and it can be a good option for people who want to have the entire place for themselves, since in real life there is almost no one here. Phu Quoc has no shortage of expensive hotels with private beaches, and while these places do tend to keep their beaches cleaner, they come with a hefty price tag, and honestly I don't think it's the best way to experience the island. I decided to rent an apartment, and it was a fantastic decision. It was so much more cost effective and it allowed me to live like a local. Plus, I was really close to supermarkets and fruit stalls. Some friends of mine stayed in an expensive hotel at the same time, and comparing our experiences, I definitely felt like I made the right choice. I had the freedom to cook my own meals and explore at my own pace, without breaking the bank. Speaking of food, I loved the markets and fruit stalls in Phu Quoc. The produce was so fresh and incredibly affordable. I visited the street market in the main city several times. The variety of food was amazing, and I was blown away by the sheer number of different types of coconuts. I had no idea there were so many. Because I was staying in a small house, I had a lot of interaction with local wildlife. Let's just say I had a few uninvited guests. Like this huge insect which looked like a giant bee. And this massive caterpillar that I found in my washing machine. And then there were the geckos. Two of them lived there, and they were so noisy at night. It was the first time I had ever heard geckos that sounded like they were laughing. It was quite an experience. I tried doing some night photography while I was there. I did see a few scorpions, which was a bit surprising. But the most fascinating thing was the lines of ants. I've never seen ants marching in such long, perfectly straight lines before. Night photography in Phu Quoc was definitely interesting, to say the least. One of the highlights of Phu Quoc was the sunsets. Every evening the sky would explode with colors. It was a truly magical experience. Now let's talk about the downside. The trash situation on Phu Quoc is a major issue. There is litter everywhere, not just on the beaches, but along the roads and in the towns. The amount of trash on the beaches can vary depending on the time of the year, the weather, and how often the locals clean up. But overall, the pervasive garbage problem is, in my opinion, one of the worst things about the island. I chose to stay outside of the main city because I wanted to be closer to a nicer beach. This gave me a glimpse into local life. I saw cows roaming around and heard roosters crowing every morning. It was a nice contrast to the tourist areas. After spending a month on Phu Quoc, I can understand why Vietnam has one of the lowest rates of return for tourists in Southeast Asia. The widespread garbage problem and the fact that expensive hotels and restaurants don't always live up to the hype are definitely factors. That being said, I really did enjoy my time on the island, but that's largely because I chose budget-friendly accommodation, spent most of my time on a huge and crowded beach, and took full advantage of the amazing and affordable fresh fruits and vegetables. So, my advice is this: Skip the expensive hotels. You'll get a much better experience and save a lot of money by renting an apartment or a house with a kitchen. Trust me on this one. So that's my take on Phu Quoc. Have you been to Phu Quoc? What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more travel adventures. And while I'm working on my next video, I recommend checking out this video next to learn about Cambodia and whether it's worth visiting.